Hello, welcome back to another update from Fir Park, and Happy New Year to everyone, and thanks to all the new subscribers that I've picked up so far. I believe I'm now over 200 subscribers, so that is very, very good, because I never thought that my channel would generate as much interest as some of the other channels that are out there, but I must be doing something right, because it's I've picked up quite a number of subscribers since I've started, and I'm very grateful that you find my videos interesting. And I'm doing it for a hobby and enjoyment, and try and make it as interesting as possible, so that's good. I did get a couple of items given to me for Christmas, one item in 00 gauge, one in N gauge. I'll start with this item here. It's a Graham Farish Class 20 in Rail Freight Red Stripe livery. You see the code reference there, 371034A. That's the one in red stripe, Rail Freight, suitable for the 1980s period. I'm pleased with that, because I've got a blue one, so I've got two now, so I can run them as double headed, which looks a bit more realistic, and they did run in pairs quite often, so pleased with that one. And I've got this loco as well, which is a Sutton Locomotive Works, and it is a Class 24. And it's in green, two-tone green with yellow ends, and it's a fantastic model. These have been well received in the modelling world. They are very, very highly detailed, with quite a lot of detailed parts on the underframe and the cab and the bodywork. It's a fantastic ready to run model, and I've been looking at these for quite some time. I have got a blue one as well, and this one was given to me. It's in green because I do model a little bit of the 1960s, so I can use this accordingly. So I'm very pleased with that. Comes with a detailing pack as well. The box is similar to the sort that you get model buses in. So I believe there's possibly, there's a couple of screws I think underneath you take it out. I'm not sure about fitting the coupling rods yet, but that's something which I will look at going forward. They are the normal sort of NEM type socket coupling rods, but it's just fitting him at the front here, where you've got quite a lot of detailing, and there doesn't appear to be a shoe that you can sort of slot them into, so I shall have to have a look at that. So that's just a couple of purchases I received over Christmas, so pleased with those. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you upstairs now, and I'll show you what I've been doing on my 00 gauge layout, so just bear with me a second. Okay, one little job that I have been doing is I've started to ballast the track here. Now the ballast itself is just loosely laid at the moment. I haven't put the PVA solution down yet, because I just want to make sure that I've cleared all of the sleepers and also the sort of inner rail, just so it's clear of all of the particles. Make sure everything runs okay first, so I've been doing that. And I've also made another change to the track plan, which involves this bay platform here. Now you can see this track here used to connect onto the line there, but the trouble with that is it wasn't working, because I couldn't run a train from here all the way around the other side into the other terminus, the small terminus station that I've done, so, because trains would have to go onto the main line, which goes all the way around and is continuous. So I'd have to keep a fiddle yard road free. So what I've done is I've realigned this track here, and it goes down the end and joins up over there, and I'll take you over there now. There's the junction I was talking about. That there is a loop line which goes round and connects back onto the inner main line, and this track here, which connects with a crossing which leads round onto this inner track which goes all the way around to the terminus. That is the line that I've been working on. You can see here it runs along the baseboard and runs all the way down into the platform. Now the reason I've done that is, as stated, so that it makes it easier for running. I'm quite pleased with that outcome. It just means that the operation is a bit more interesting. And the other thing that I've done, I've started putting up these overhead catenary masts. You can see over there I've actually put quite a few of them up. They are HO gauge Weissman, and they're not obviously UK outline, but they are getawayable with. And I've started using these single masts in and around here just as a representation of them, and they go all the way down the end. And I'm quite pleased with those. They do add a bit of an effect, so I'm happy with those. This side of the layout, I haven't really done a lot to it, because I gave it a good go back before Christmas and ballasted the track, put up some back scenes, and I've also got the road bridge up to a sort of stage that I'm happy with at the moment. I shall go over it again with some brick papers and obviously do all of this area here. Another addition is this Tartan Arrow CCT van made by Batman. Picked this up in the sale. It was quite cheap, so I thought, yep, I will go for one of those. I do have a rather elderly Lima version, which I picked up for about £8. Now when you compare the two, the basic mouldings, I don't really see a great deal of difference. Yes, it's, you know, some of the intricate sort of, you know, picking out of the door handles, there's a better definition on this version, but when you think that retails for sort of £38 and that was picked up for £8, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, oh, you know, I don't understand where they're getting that from, but obviously I've got one now, so that will be an addition to the parcels fleet, so I'm happy with those. One thing I've not really touched on is the fiddle yard. Now the fiddle yard is at the end of this board because I thought I'd maximise the scenic potential. So what we have are the through lines coming from the main station, and we go into a 6-road fiddle yard. Now that extends all the way round over to there before returning back to the on-scene section. The reason I've done it like this is because the baseboards are supported by the main truss sort of running along sort of here, so there's a bit of added strength there for the weight, you know, and also we've got this on here as well, so I just thought that was a better idea, and it seems to work. I've had one or two issues over there in that corner, but other than that everything appears to be working, so I'm happy with that, and it's a good use of the space as well, so you know, it just adds a bit of a smarter way of sort of working out the overall plan. And just to finish off, I'll continue ballasting the station area down to in that direction over there, and yeah, I'm happy with the way that this is coming on. It's beginning to look, you know, quite good, quite realistic, so I'm happy with it. Reaching the ballast over here on down behind this platform edge, I had to use a mirror with a teaspoon to be able to get the ballast down there, because even though you don't see it, I wanted it to be right. So that's another thing that I've been working on. So overall I'm happy with this. It's coming on nicely. and I'll keep you updated and see you in the next update.